Okay, folks, we have a rematch here of a game that I played offline a couple days ago. This is the Tenacious Baseball League. Hope your Independence Day was a very good one. I am Tenacious Earl, and we're going to play the Mets and the Padres. The Mets lost to the Padres in somewhat surprising fashion, I would say, in the previous game played here at Petco. They lost 5-4. As Addison Reed gave up back-to-back. Ooh. Whoops. Sorry about that. My brace kind of flung apart there. So, sorry about that. Addison Reed gave up back-to-back home runs to Yangervis Solarte and Will Myers. So the Mets kind of had the tables turned on them in that game. We'll see if they are up to the task. Howdy. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So anyway, let's get moving. Yeah, howdy with typos. For the Mets, it'll be Jacob deGrom. For him, he is 1 win, 1 loss, 2.19 ERA in 2 games started, 12 1/3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 8 hits, 12 strikeouts, and 2 walks. So kind of a hard luck loss there. It seems as though could be the case when he faced, I can't remember who he faced there in that loss. And Cesar Vargas, he will be pitching for the first time here for the Pods. So. And again, this is going to be my second televised game where I have decided to go with all runners will be held, barring late situations where it would behoove the team, like in real life. If I feel like the team wouldn't have been holding a runner on, we won't then. But before the 8th inning, everybody's going to be held on. All lead runners, we'll say it that way. So. For the Mets, no David Wright in the lineup here, and also no Travis d'Arnaud. He gets the day off, so it'll be, and Conforto is still injured. So Granderson and right, Walker second base, Cespedes left, Duda first, Flores third base, filling in for right, Cabrera short, Plawecki catching, Lagares in center, and deGrom on the mound. And so righties on the mound for both teams. Granderson starts off with a strikeout. 1 down, and we're underway here from Petco. Kind of an average night here for May. Here's Neil Walker. Walker, a .361 average, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in, and a 6.8. Batting from the left side, that's going to be a ground ball to second. Tough play for Jemile Weeks. He's a 3.10. And let's see. Make sure, but I believe he will make the play. Yes, he does. Nobody on base, he makes the play. So that brings up Cespedes. Cespedes hitting a cool .395. 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in. 2 outs and a 3.10, and that's a fly ball to center, and 1-2-3 as John Jay hauls that one in, and we'll move to the bottom of the first. No score. For the Padres going up against deGrom, you have 3 of the starters that beat the Mets last game having to sit. Derek Norris, the catcher. Melvin Upton Jr. got rolled for rest, which was somewhat strange because his total at plate appearances are in the 500s. So, but a roll of 4 on the D20 did him in. And then Alexei Amarista played at second last game. So it'll be John Jay leading off in center, Jabari Blash in left, taking over for Upton, Solarte at third, Kemp in right, Myers at first, Betancourt catching, Ramirez shortstop, Weeks at second, and Vargas pitching. The question I wasn't sure about was whether to move Myers in the left and use Brett Wallace at first, or Adam Rosales. I just decided to go ahead with Blash in left. So John Jay will lead off here against DeGrom. And a 1-6 and a 1-6. That's going to be a double barring 20. And it's a 16, so that will be a double for John Jay. And the Padres off to a good start. Blash. So John Jay, that just adds to his 400 average, so he's having a great start. Blash is 313 average. He has a propensity for a walk or two here, as you can see on his card. And it's a 6-7 against a right-hander. Ground ball to second base, X. So with Blash being a right-hander, that is going to be Neil Walker's responsibility at second. They will hold him. And so he's going to be a 4E11. A 4 and a 9. I think that's going to get through. It will. That's going to be a single. Good day, Dave S. That'll be a single, and it's going to score the run. So Mets get stung by my rule change. So, but I kind of feel like the runs have been. I've been looking at ERAs and stuff, and I kind of feel like the runs have been low. So that's another reason I feel like this is what kind of needs to be done. So Solarte, they're holding Blash on. Blash. I don't know how to say it. Roll this D20 again. There you go. 4-4. He's batting from the left side this time. Ground ball to short. And that's going to affect Cabrera. He's a 4E8 because they are holding on Blash. So, but a 17, that should, let's see, 4 and 17. That's a G1 and a 13 on his E8. Makes the play. Not only makes the play, he turns 2. 6-4-3. And that'll bring up Matt Kemp. Solarte was batting, where the heck? Oh, he's 444. Well, that's not going to improve. Kemp, 286. 2 home runs. And nobody on base now. 3-5 strikes out. So no further damage, but the Padres do pick up a run on 2 hits, a double and a single. Like I said, I just feel like after watching minor league, major league teams, it's just I feel like they're holding all sorts of guys on. So we're just doing that. So Lucas Duda, 379 average so far. A lot of high averages right now, but somehow the ERAs aren't so hot. Against a lefty, that'll be a ground ball to second for 1 out. 6-9. High statistician. Wilmer Flores. Flores batting .438, leading the Mets in average. 1-7. Fly ball to center. Vargas getting the better of some of these matchups here. And Asdrubal Cabrera, 333 average, 3 home runs, 7 runs batted in, and that's a 5-9. He is a switch hitter. So from the left, that's going to be a strikeout, and Vargas clean through 2. Okay. So Will Myers, Beatles eternally. Better than Beatles internally, which could happen if you were on the other side of the what do you want to call it? That white light. Will Myers, 163. He's got a ways to go, but he did get a home run last game, so 2 home runs, 5 RBI. Against a righty, 5-5 strikes him out. Second strikeout for DeGrom. Christian Bettencourt, 143. And a 6-7 against a righty. The second time we've had a 6-7, but this time nobody on base. Walker's 3-11 will hold. Oh boy, and he gets a 4. It's going to be a single. And a 15 on the E11 is not only a single, but it's also a one-base error. So Padres getting some breaks here so far. E4 brings up Alexei Ramirez. Ramirez batting .222, runner at second, so he will be held. So Ramirez a righty, means the second baseman Walker will have to hold him. Ramirez batting .222. That's a 6'10". DeGrom's a 6'12". Vargas is 6'7", so we got to keep an eye on that. 6'10" against a righty. Fly ball to center field. X. That will be Lagares, 2E4. Oh boy. We'll see if the E4 hurts him. Oh, and it does. Oh my goodness. It's really kind of going against the Mets here so far. So a 14 on the 2 is fine, F2. But then the center fielder E4 and a 4 roll on the D6s. That's harsh. E1, F2. Let's see what I believe that F2, E1. Runners advance a base, so he just hits off the inside of Lagares' glove, and first and third, 1 out, and they're going to have to hold both of these runners. Yeah, so let's see. Weeks will be batting from the left side, so it'll be the first short and third base. And they will be playing double play depth. They want to turn 2 and get out of this inning. So, and a 1 on the D20 means we look at wild pitch. 6 for DeGrom. And it's a 7, so no wild pitch. So let's re-roll this. 6-9, batting from the left side. 1-2, a home run. He's a weak power. Otherwise, it'll be a fly ball to right B and a run will score. 1-2 would be a single, 2-star. It's a 13. That'll be a fly ball to Granderson that will be caught. It'll be a sack, 9. In to score, Betancourt. And it's 2-0 Padres. Ramirez will not be able to advance. 2 outs, DeGrom a -3, and Plawecki a +1. It's 15, -3 plus, so it's -2. Sorry, it's not focusing in there for some reason. There we go. So you subtract 4, it ends up, so it'd be 1-11. With 2 outs, he's going to try to get a lead here and see if he can do it. So he needs a 2 through 6 or a 9. It's an 8, so he does not get the good lead, and he does not get caught stealing. So let's re-roll here for Vargas at the plate. He is batting right-handed. 1-11, and he strikes out. Pitcher's hitting card number 1 for Vargas. So through 2 innings, it's 2-0. Kind of a dream start here for Vargas and the Padres. See how long that lasts. And again, this is going to happen for both teams. It's interesting to see how. Hi, Tyler. No problem. Things are good. You know, this philosophy of holding everybody, we'll see how it ends up. It should affect both teams just about the same, although some teams that have poor fielding attributes, it might hurt them a little more. Plawecki, let's see. Get their averages up. He's batting .375. Of course, he hasn't had many at-bats. Only 8 so far. And a 6-2 against a righty. Ground ball to shortstop. for the first out. Alexei Ramirez makes the play. Juan Lagares, 250 average. No RBI yet. And a 2-8 is a ground ball back to the pitcher. Vargas makes the play, and it's going to be DeGrom. DeGrom may have to help his own cause here because it doesn't look like it's 6-6 against a lefty. Well, there's a base runner. 2-out walk. Brings up Granderson. They're having to hold DeGrom. And here is the pitch. 4-6 against a lefty. Strikes him out. That is 3 strikeouts for Vargas. And through 3 innings, things are looking decent for the Pods. So, let's... No! Just a moment. There we go. Just getting up the chat room. I'm looking at something here. Top of the order for the Padres, bottom of the third, 2-0 in their favor. Pure sim baseball. Okay, so John Jay doubled to lead off the game, 3-7. And he'll fly out to Lagares for the first out. Jabari Blash, he singled. Got one past the... past Neil Walker, who was having to mind the runner. 5-5 against a righty. Strikeout. 4th strikeout for DeGrom, and here is Yangervis Solarte. In a 1-5, and strikes him out. Easy inning for Jacob DeGrom. So we'll move to the 4th. Still 2-0 Padres. Mets are... having a tough time dealing with the West Coast swing here. Starting real late. Neil Walker. And a 3-6. And he's going to draw a walk. Vargas starting to lose a little bit of his command here. They're holding Walker. They'll be holding him with the second baseman and the first baseman. Cespedes, 0 for 1. And that's a 4-5 against a righty. Ground ball to short, so that's going to be Alexei Ramirez, a 4E22. He's not responsible for the runner, or for holding. Rare play roll, and a 20. That's going to mean a double play. It's going to be a G1, I mean, but let's see what the rare play is. I don't think I've ever had a G1. I don't know if I've ever had a G1 with the runner on first. So, yes. G1 rare play. With the runner on first base, the batter hits a line drive which hits the runner. Runner on first is called out. Batter goes to first on a single. All the runners hold. Okay, well, that works out well for the Mets, as that's going to be considered a U3, as it was the first baseman that was closest to the runner. I believe that's how you score it. Lucas Duda, Cespedes, not much of a steal threat, and Vargas and Betancourt will hold them to a -3, so they're not going to try running. Lucas Duda in a 2-8. That's a strikeout plus an injury. So let's worry about that when we get to the end of the inning here. Let's get Flores 2 outs and a 3-8. And it's going to be a ground ball to short. He will take it. U6, fielder's choice. And we got to deal with Duda's injury here. So take a look and see what it is. So no runs with a hit and 1 left. And so let's see. Duda. He's not going to have any restrictions because he only had 168 plate appearances. So what I do is, again, I roll So this is basically 1, 2, 3. He's out now. 4, 5, 6. At least for a hitter, that's what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3. He has to come out of the game now. 4, 5, 6. He'll be injured after the game is over. And then I roll the D20 for the normal injury parameters, and it's a 7. So that's only going to be 1 game for him, and he will stay in. What did I say? No, he has to come out now. So Duda is going to be removed, and they are going to use it'll either be Campbell or Reynolds. Actually, it can't be Reynolds. It'll have to be Eric Campbell. Okay, so we just have to make the adjustment here. We play first base, and this is the bottom of the 4th inning. He is at 12 for E11, so a little bit better in the field than Duda. And we'll put the little... And we're going to make sure that we don't use Duda next game. So 1 game for him. So not too bad. Okay, Matt Kemp going to lead off the bottom of the 4th here. DeGrom still on the mound. Had a little bit easier go of it. Ballpark home run chance for Matt Kemp. He gets a piece of it here. For a right-hander, 1 to 10, and it would be 3-0 if it goes. And it is gone. Home run. Matt Kemp, and DeGrom is touched up for a dinger. Gets out of Petco Park. Petco Park. I said Petco. 3-0. Something about this Southern California. I don't know if they've been spending too much time admiring the excellent weather and scenery, or if they've just been, you know, in a bit of a slump here. Just a slight one. Will Myers against a righty, 6-6, and he strikes out. 1 out. Betancourt. Oh, how about that? We'll have to re-roll this guy. 6-4 against a righty. Catcher X. Plawecki, 2E8. And that's going to be a number in front of the plate. Gotta get the other. And I assume he'll make the play, but you know what assuming does. So 20 is a G1, and then the catcher E8 and an 8, and he makes the play. Alexei Ramirez. And a 2-7, fly ball to center field. Lagares under it and has it. So another run. Somehow the Mets are squandering a chance for what you would think would be an easy 2 or 3 wins out here on the West Coast, and instead, there's still plenty of time, but their bats have been relatively silent. Cabrera will lead off. 6-11, batting from the left side, fly ball to right field. First out. Tell you what, somehow Vargas has stayed away from 6-7. That'll end his day here, barring a nice roll on the D20. Plawecki, 5-4 against a righty. Ground ball to third. Third baseman is Solarty, 4E17. And a 4 and an 8, he'll get to it. Now, will he, on an, what is that, E18 did I say? E17. And a 6 at third base. Makes the play. So it'll bring up Juan Lagares. Again, 3-0 Padres. Kind of a surprise result so far. And that's a ground ball to second. And Cesar Vargas is looking like a real champ here. Looking like just plowing through everybody. And it is still 3-0, and it's going to go to Jemile Weeks. And he's going to ground it to Campbell, and Campbell makes the play. Well, he throws to first. Throws to the pitcher, DeGrom. Hi, Jonathan. That brings up Cesar Vargas, and a 2-8 strikes him out. 2 outs. Jonathan J. 6-5 against a lefty, and he strikes him out. All right, so we're going to be going to the 6th inning. This is the last inning for Vargas was his weakness inning, and this inning will be for DeGrom, but so far, so good for Vargas. Boy, I'll tell you. Top of the 6th. Have to wonder if the Mets need to make the move to the pen already. They will. DeGrom hasn't pitched extremely poorly, but I feel like they have a... I don't know if Vargas will go a complete game. It's... I think, yeah, I think we're going to make the move to a new pitcher here because you know, I think given enough time, DeGrom might actually be in for a victory here if he can, but I kind of feel like they have to make their move to the bullpen because it's they're just running out of time. Every inning there's only so many chances. So Diaz is going to get a chance against Vargas here, see if he can start something. And it's a 3-7, and that's a fly ball to center. And they have Jim Henderson working in the pen, so Curtis Granderson with 1 out. And a 3-9 struck him out. 3 strikeouts for Granderson. Yikes. Neil Walker against a lefty, 5-8, and he's going to get a 2-out knock. Could be a double if it's 1-8. It's an 11. It'll be a single. Padres will hold on Walker. It'll be with Myers and Weeks. So that'll bring up Yoenis Cespedes. Yeah. -3. That's a real tough one. Not only -3, but then another minus. So it's a 1 to 10 chance for Walker. And they need more runs than just 1. So here's Cespedes. Don't want to take the bat out of his hand. A 3-4. Bunch of 3 rolls in a row. That's a strikeout. Vargas gives up another hit, but really pitching a solid game. 2 hits for the Mets. And all right, so it's going to be Jim Henderson here. And he's got a 7 injury rating. 5 innings for DeGrom. Hate taking him out that early. Kind of felt like the manager needed to press things, and it didn't really help him much. Yet. All is very well. life is, as always, in the fast lane. Sure will make you lose your mind, but I still have mine to an extent. So Jim Henderson here against Blash. 2-6, and he draws a walk off Henderson. Solarte, they're going to have to hold on Blash with, it'll be Campbell and, so a lefty, so it'll be Campbell and Cabrera. And a 5-8 against a lefty strikes him out. So 1 out, 2 strikeouts for Solarte here on the day, and it's going to be Matt Kemp still in the same boat with Blash. Henderson not good at holding. So let's see if he can get a lead. See if we can get him a stolen base here. No, I'd say not bloody likely, but it's worth a shot. I like giving it a shot every once in a while. Matt Kemp against a righty, 4-4. Ground ball to third base. That'll be, I'm drawing a blank. Wilmer Flores, 4E23. And he gets a 2. That's going to be a base hit. That'll be a single. 1 out single. And let's see, 12 with his E23. Yeah. Just a single. So only a range issue, no error on the play. But it's going to make first and third with 1 out. Will Myers, at this point, they will not hold runners. They're going to play infield in. They'll play corners in. Actually, I guess you can still hold guys, but they won't. They're not so worried about Matt Kemp getting the lead. Although I guess they'd probably be willing to let him take the 1-11 chance to get the second, but he's not going to do that. Myers will swing away. Corners are in. They'd like to get a double play if he can hit it to short. Against a righty, 4-9. Uh-oh. Normal power. Henderson. 4-9. Ballpark home run. Myers is a lefty. 1-10. This game could get out of hand. And it is gone. What is going on? What is going on? This seemed like such an easy series. I thought I didn't show the last game because I figured that it was going to be a laugher, and somehow the Padres have mustered up some offense, and it is now 6-0. 3-run homer for Will Myers. 2 home runs in 2 days, and bases are clear. And it'll be Christian Betancourt. 2-10. It's a ground ball to third. Boy, they could have used that. Hey, they really could have used that one. Alexei Ramirez, 2 outs. And Henderson is going to get hurt on this play. 6-7 against a righty. Ground ball to second. That'll be Neil Walker, 3E11. And he's going to make the play on that. With Statistician lurking, I better just double check, because yeah, that would be a G1 for Walker, and the 11 with an E11, yeah, no problem. But Henderson felt something twinge. It's not like he was going to come back next inning anyway, but let's roll it and see. It's an 11, and he's going to come out now anyway. For pitchers, it's 1-2. Actually, I guess with pitchers, I was saying 1-2 stay in the game, 3-4 end to inning, 5-6 out now. I don't know, I'm going to have to look. I forget. But 11, he's coming out anyway, but how do the relievers go? Innings pitched. 35, so he has no limit, and 11 is 6 games, so he's out 6 games. And They get 3 runs, and they're putting a crooked number up there. Vargas looks like a cinch for a winner. Oh yeah, you better get your butt back in gear. The Mets are going to get Rafael Montero up and working in the pen. He's going to come in as a long reliever. Make sure he is available. I'm pretty sure he is. Montero, yeah, he's been pitched for a couple days. Vargas looking golden here. And Eric Campbell is first at bat. He came in for the injured Duda. Against a righty, 5-7. Single. That's amazing. Look at that. He has avoided all of this. You almost wonder if you needed to put him to roost at this point. But we're going to try to get him through. What is this, the 7th inning? I'm going to try to get him there. We'll see. Wilmer Flores, they're holding on Campbell with first and second baseman. Still early to stop holding guys. 6-10 against a righty. Be catcher X. That is Betancourt. 4-E1. Not a great range. And a 4 and a 6. That's a passed ball chance with an E10, or a 10 on an E1. That's not it, but it's a passed ball chance with a runner at first, so we have to check. Betancourt is a 1-5 passed ball guy. Or no, it's off the wild pitch for Vargas, and he's a 0, so we don't have to worry about it. Pop out to the catcher, and that'll be 1 out. Cabrera, he is 0 for 2. And Campbell, not much of a stolen base threat. And you hate to get him thrown out when you need runs. So Cabrera, 6-4 against a lefty. Fly ball to center field. That'll be John Jay, a 3-E2. And that's trouble. That is big trouble. 3 center fielder and a 1 on the D20 is a double. That's going to score Campbell from first. And 9, 10, 11, 12 with the E2, that won't be a problem. But that's going to be a double for Cabrera. RBI double. So now it's 6-1. And Pods are going to have to get their bullpen working here, because let's see who. It's the 7th, so they get Ryan Buchter warming, and it'll be Plawecki with a runner at second. They're holding Plawecki, or holding Cabrera at second. Hi, John. And here's Plawecki. And a 5-9 against a right-hander. Fly ball to center field B, and he still has... Oh, look at that. He still has his... he's not weak yet. He would have needed one more hit. It's a fly ball to center. That's the second out. That's going to bring up Juan Lagares. They weren't able to move Cabrera on that fly ball to center. It wasn't deep enough. And Lagares, they want to face Lagares at this point. They know that the Mets can use a pinch hitter if they want. So 3-6. That's a ground ball to short, and that will get the job done. That will end the inning. So Mets do pull back a run, 6-1, but Padres still well in front, and it's the 7th inning stretch. Pitching change for the Mets, and they will they've already used What did they do? Conforto's injured, and they used De Aza before as a pinch hitter, so really their last move is to bring in Matt Reynolds. And he's going to play left. And Cespedes will move to center field. So, yeah, that's how they're going to have to play this. He's a 5 + 2 E16, so a pretty poor left fielder. And let's see, Lagares is going to come out. Cespedes will move to center. He's a 4 - 5 E7. And then you've got, we will put P3 here. I forgot to put P2 here. And Matt Reynolds will go there. So, not ideal. And guess what? The Padres will get Brad Hand working. Let me see, who is, I guess Fernando Rodney is their closer, but they could also use, Hand for 2 innings. So Jamal Weeks will lead off here in the bottom of the 7th. Against the righty, Rafael Montero, I forgot to write his stuff down. Henderson went 1 inning and he got injured. And he's a 6'12" injury guy, so keep an eye on that. All right, here we go. Jamal Weeks against Montero. I'll lift the pitcher's card when we hit it. 410 against a switch hitter who's batting from the left. 410 is a walk. And it brings up the pitcher spot. And they're going to give Brett Wallace an opportunity here to pinch hit. Mets don't really have a very good... Mets are... I guess they're still going to be holding runners, so just keep an eye on that. 5-8 against a lefty. And, yeah, that's going to be a double. It says triple, but we're giving him a double because Brett Wallace is not running that fast. I'll tell you that much. Second and third, nobody out. It'll be John Jay. And a 4-5 against a lefty. Strikes him out. 1 out. And they're playing the infield in here, by the way. And here comes Jabari Blash. Montero could use some hitter's card roll here. And he gets one. 1-4. That's a strikeout. Because Montero's card, as you can see, is pretty awful. Solarte with 2 outs. Runners at second and third. They're playing infield back now. 1-6. Ground ball back to Montero. And guess what? He works his way through that. So going to the 8th. I've played a couple games on Strat PC and it's fine, but it's just, you know, you're not gonna get much. I mean, I guess I'm just sold on this, so I'm probably not going to be giving a whole lot of you know, heavy encouragement to playing. I mean, it's fine. I'm not going to discourage. I'm just not, you know, I'm not going to be going out and being a I'm not recording games on the computer at this point. Maybe I will sometime. Maybe I'll really get hooked on it. But so Brad Hand against Matt Reynolds leading off here, the top of the 8th. 4-11 against a righty. And that's a walk. Brings up Curtis Granderson. 3 strikeouts so far for Granderson on the game. And they are holding the runner, by the way. 4-7 against a lefty. And the old golden sombrero for Granderson. Matt Reynolds, it's funny, he can get a good lead pretty much at any time. But if you're gonna try to steal with him, you're gonna pay a hefty price. Now Brad Hand's a +5, so he'd be a 1-6 to because Betancourt's -1, and they're not. Well, they are holding him. Yeah, you just don't do that. He's just not a guy you try stealing with. If you do, you're gonna pay. Neil Walker. Against a righty, 4-10, ground ball to short. He's hitting from the right side, so that means that Ramirez will not be affected. He's not holding the runner on. 4E22. 4 and a 15. Does he turn 2 here? Wrong chart. 4 and a 15 is a G2, and a 13 on the E22. Now he makes the play at second. Fielder's choice. And so that brings up Cespedes. Walker a little better chance to steal here. They're going to give him a shot to get a lead. It's a 4. He'll go. You add, and they are holding him on, so you it's basically neutral from this number because you got +5, -1 for Betancourt, so that's a +4, and then -2. My bad. So you add 2. 1-17 chance for Walker to get second. Well, and it's 16. Believe it or not, it was hanging on the edge. Stolen base. So, in reality, they probably wouldn't have even thrown for it. But here's Cespedes with 2 outs. Runner at second. 2-5. And he's got a chance to put a 2-5. Left side. Let me see something here. Yeah, well, anyway, 2-5 against a lefty. 1-11 home run. He's got a chance to cut this in half in reality. Make it 6-3. 1-11, 2-run home run. Is it going to go? It does. It is gone. Home run for Yoenis Cespedes. Now 6-3. Brad Hand gives him a softball, and he takes it yard, and the game is not over yet. 2 for 2 now for Cespedes, a single and a home run, and now it's going to be Eric Campbell. Nobody on, 2 outs against the lefty. And my chat window went off. I just want to see what that blip was. Yep, boom. That's right. So Campbell, 2 outs. Against a righty, 5-5. Boy, you need a 1 for a single. Might get it. You never know. It's a 3. That'll be a line out to short. And 2 runs across. And, you know, that will mean that we may want to bring up Rodney here and try to get him a save as their closer. Or we could stick with Hand. In theory, that is a save situation. By Strat standard, you don't need to go with someone closer rated until you get the tying run on deck. So they're going to stick with Montero here. They pulled the double switch because they wanted to get a couple innings out of him, so they're going to. Matt Kemp, 2-6, and he gets a load of this one. This one's long, and it's gone. Home run for Kemp. Second home run of the game for him. And it's now 7-3. Gone. Will Myers, 3-5, and he draws a walk. Whoops. Mets are going to get, they're going to get Hansel Robles warming up here. They wanted to just use Montero, but they're still going to hold Myers at first here, so they really have to because he could steal. 1-3, ballpark single. 1-6. It's 14. That'll be a line shot right at Cabrera. That's out number 1. Alexei Ramirez against a righty, 4-3. Ground ball to third base, X. That is Wilmer Flores, 4E23. And an 11, he'll get 1, I believe. 4-11, that's a G3. Yeah, he'll go to first with it. What was his 23 with? And that's just lovely. I understand. So 23 and an 11. It's an error. So Jamile Weeks, first and second. That's a walk. Boy. Bases are loaded now, and they're going to go to be back in just a moment here. All right, so the Padres are going to pinch hit here. Well, they're going to go with Alexei Amarista, and it's going to necessitate a move from the Mets, and they're instead going to go to, well, let's see. We'll just do it this way. We're going to say they were going to make the move to Robles anyway. And then the requisite move is going to be Amarista coming in to pinch hit. So I have about 10 minutes to get this game completed. So all these pitching changes and stuff tend to be time killers. So Robles for the Mets, he is a 6-12. Montero went 1 1/3. So we got 1 out. Bases are juiced. Playing with the infield in here, the Mets are. It's what is it now? 7-3. And it'll be Alexei Amarista at the plate. And it's a 1 on the D20. Robles 1-8 wild pitch chance, and no wild pitch, so they catch a break there. And here is Amarista continuing his at bat. 2-9, fly ball to left field, B. Padres are going to hold. They decide to hold it, and Instead, it will be John Jay getting a chance to drive this guy home, or maybe more than one. So, John Jay with 2 outs and the bases loaded, and the pitch. 6-11 against a lefty, and he strikes him out. So, probably should have sent Myers, but I guess my inclination there was to, oh, they got 1 run. Give Jay a chance to knock him home. And he didn't, but Brad Hand is done. They're going to bring in Rodney. It's not a save situation, but they had to. They had to make the. I mean, they could have. I guess they could have hit with Hand, but it's pretty rare. Rodney's with Miami at the end of the season, so he's a 6-12. And so it's going to be Flores, Cabrera, and Plawecki. They may go with d'Arnaud. And they still have David Wright at their disposal. So Flores will lead off, though, against Rodney. 7-3, not a save situation. We'll see if Rodney blows up or if he can hold on to this. Against a righty, 4-2 strikes him out. 1 out. As Dribble Cabrera, 1 for 3, has a double. 6-7 against a lefty, ground ball to second. Weeks is a 3-E10. And let's see the E. That 6 is kind of low. E10 makes the play. 2 outs, and the Mets will. I'm going to compare cards, and there is no comparison. They're going to go with. Well, you know what they can do? They can go with David Wright here. They'll just use, well, yeah, they'll go with David Wright. They'll take a walk even if they can get it. He's got some walks. He's got some home runs, but. So against Rodney, 2 outs. David Wright, 7-4. Nobody on base. And it's a 3-4. 3-4. Ground ball to short, and the game is over. Ramirez throws over to Myers, and that's it. A strong performance here from the Padres. Fighting their way around these Mets. 7-3 is your final. The win's going to go to Vargas. Hand will get a hold. The loss to DeGrom. Wow, unexpected result there. I didn't think that was going to happen. You know, it's tough to imagine that the Mets would do it. Yeah. Oh, he is the player of the game. I mean, let's take a look at his card real quick. I mean, that's one of those gift games that he gets where he does not get. He gets very few 6, 7, or 8 rolls on his card, and I mean, if he gets those, it's all kinds of ugly. But because I mean, he's a 5.03 ERA, 0-3, gets a win here. He'll get another start too, because he gets you know, what easy way to do it? You can extrapolate it. 7 starts. This is the 3rd of a season, so he should have 2 starts. So he'll get another one after that one, but don't expect him to have the same kind of performance. I would be surprised if he escapes another one without getting any of those big trouble spots. But you never know. That's when you get these cards, and that's where, you know, you saw Montero. I think he actually had a pretty good game. Let's see, Montero. He had a 0 ERA. He went 2 innings and gave up 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk before that. So I mean, it's like you saw his card. I mean, his card is pretty devastating, and you know, you get the right combo on a short, you know, a small sample size, and you can you can see a guy have a good game, but don't expect more than a couple. So, all right, I'm going to close out here. Yeah, player of the game, Cesar Vargas. Good for him. Gets what appears to be, could be his first major league victory. I should look at their, let me see, where, let's get his, I don't have much time left before the missus gets a little, oh man, how does that happen? All of these little applets and stuff that load up for baseball reference, if you don't wait for them all to load up, or whatever you call them, Java, whatever the heck it is, it just, you'll hit the wrong place in the screen and you end up, you know, like on a page you don't want to go. So Vargas, yeah, I mean, he pitched 7 games in 2016. That's it. So this is his first major league victory. So I feel accomplished in managing him to that. Sorry, Mets fans, but we're gonna close it up. Thanks for watching. If you could like the video, if you enjoyed this one, please do. We really appreciate your support. Subscribe to the channel, share, and yeah, we love you guys a lot who are our regulars, and just appreciate all of the great feedback and all the help you give our channel here. So, all right, Al, well, you're back and now we're gone. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Strat on.